Πολύ καλησπέρα σας. Ξέχασα ένα φως, μισό. Πάμε πάλι. Πολύ καλησπέρα σας. Τι κάνετε, πώς είστε, πώς τα περνάτε? Ελπίζω να είστε καλά, ελπίζω να είστε ανθυρά. Λοιπόν, τι έχουμε και λέμε. Συνεχίζουμε Honkai Story. Εσύ κλείσε. Κάτι δεν μ' αρέσει καθόλου. Γιατί είμαι τόσο μπλε? Αυτό ξεχάσω ότι είναι έτσι χαλιασμένο. Να, βλέπετε, τσάρα. Α, ζωντάνευσε η κάμερα. Οκ. Εγώ δεν είμαι καλά. Έχω χαζέψει τα μάτια μου. Ξέρω. Oh well. Τι κάνετε, παιδιά? Παιδιά, μόλις έκατσα στον υπολογιστή, έτσι, να ράξω. Μιλάμε από τις 5 η ώρα που τελείωσαμε τη δουλειά, 5:30. Έτρεξα, έκανα έρανα, έκατσα να φάω 8:30. Sorry, χρειαζόμουν τον καφέ. Πού είμαστε?
It is a shame that, as a nameless, her path never crossed with the Astral Express. It would be wonderful if she were aboard.
Cyber Κωστάου, καλησπέρα. Τι κάνεις?
I'm unsure if Jingliu has ever mentioned this to you, but we had a mutual friend who was nameless, just like you. The Foxians of the Xianzhou Yaoqing are known for their adventuring flying families. The most renowned of these families was that of our mutual friends. Her parents were established scholars and adventurers, and she naturally inherited the spirit of the nameless to travel and see the stars. She even has a famous travelogue in her name.
Okay. Jin Yuan, για ποιον λες, παιδί μου?
Heard about the Astral Express from her. It is a shame that in her travels to thousands of stars, she never had the opportunity to board the express. All my talk of former days is rather spoiling the atmosphere. My apologies.
Θες να μας πεις ποια είναι?
I hope you too will be able to make a travelogue of your own and include your experiences. I would love to read it.
Δεν τον δείρω. Τι κάνετε, παιδιά, πώς τα περνάτε? Εγώ σπίτι, δουλειά, δουλειά, σπίτι. Και βασικά σήμερα ήταν σπίτι, σπίτι, δουλειά, 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 σπίτι. Ναι, σωστά.
Where are you planning? Could you give me some time to think about it?
Shall we keep going then?
Ναι, Ανδρέα, πες μου.
Did you forget already? Miss Ting Yun is going back to the Alliance, so we're here to help her pick out souvenirs.
I'm not too familiar with this planet. I'm worried an unscrupulous cutthroat merchant will try to take advantage of me. Luckily, the people I want to buy these gifts for are friends you already know on the Xianzhou. So I'll be counting on both your stakeholder intuitions for recommendations.
Oh no.
As if a merchant could seriously take advantage of you.
Oh, I already picked up a few gifts earlier. So that means there's only 3 more left to go. But we've already lost a lot of time. So we'd better not drag our feet.
Δεν μπορώ να δεχτώ την Tin Yun να είναι τόσο σοβαρή. Δεν έχω ιδέα, Ανδρέα. Δεν έχω ασχοληθεί καθόλου με αυτό το ποτάκι που λες. Εγώ παίζω με το Nightbot εδώ και αρκετά χρόνια. Βασικά όλα τα
Hello
χρόνια.
there. It's my first time visiting the Dreamscape, so I wanted to buy some local specialties as souvenirs for my friends back home. My two friends here are more familiar with the Dreamscape and recommended your shop, so I'm here to take a look.
Wow, you really know how to flatter. Go ahead, browse all you like.
First we have Lady Fu Xuan of the Divination Commission. What do you think best suits her?
Θα πω Cloaky Eye Mask.
Did you pick that because of her third eye?
A meticulously thought out and interesting suggestion. It'll make for a novel gift. Let's go with that. Next is General Jing Yuan.
Το παιδί μας. Το μοναδικό. Next. Dream Joy Memoir
Travel
Film
to
Reel.
Clock Studios theme park to learn more about the history of the planet of festivities. I think the general will like this gift. Finally, we have Lady Bailu of the Alchemy Commission. She loves excitement. You carry yourself with such dignity and grace, but you still have the heart of a child. Lady Bailu loves these types of accessories. Let's go with your suggestion. That's all of them. Please wrap them up for me. Thanks to both your help, everything went smoother than I expected.
Έγινες μόνο μια φορά 30 κομμάτια του εαυτού σου.
Why don't we pay another visit to the Dreamscape sales store? You can find memory bubbles pretty much anywhere, but Penacony's dream bubbles are extraordinary. Even if we don't get them as gifts, we can keep them as souvenirs for ourselves.
For ourselves?
Souvenir for myself. That's definitely an idea I can get behind. But there's one more thing I wish to do. Since this is our last stop, could I have a word with you two in private? Perhaps somewhere more secluded. I'd like to discuss a personal matter.
Okay.
Everything you want, we have it all.
This is a good spot.
Miss Ting Yoon, what's this about?
You've looked out for me during our travels together these past few days. I'm truly grateful and can't thank you enough. But there are some things I find difficult to forget. I feel it's only right that I tell you what's on my mind before we part ways. Do you two still remember what it was like when you first saw me?
How could we forget? He was so shocked. He was frozen in place when he shouted.
Exactly. And that's precisely why I haven't been able to shake off this strange feeling in the days since I started traveling with you. When I asked for your names, I couldn't help but think that this first encounter was actually a
Ναι, Ανδρέα, δεν έχω άλλο
for you.
τροχό. Θα γυρίσουμε σήμερα στο τέλος.
I've heard about what happened to you on the Xianzhou. And I've got to admit that Fantilia's disguise was so perfect, it was like another me tricking everyone.
Yeah, we couldn't even tell when you were replaced by Fantilia. I figured it happened when we were after Kafka. You vanished for a while. I thought you must have come back as a double.
But it was much earlier than that. That thought has me filled with sorrow. As if a piece of my life had been stolen away, and I had no part in it. That's what I've been puzzled about too. I never actually saw how Fantilia managed to disguise herself as me.
Δεν θα σταματήσει τώρα.
What was your impression of that Tingyun, if you recall? That part is true. I'm always calculating when it comes to business, but never with people. So, what did she seem like to you? Oh, is that a compliment? I'm not sure if I'm deserving of that title. Was there anything particularly memorable?
That's true. I'd love to learn how you do it.
Now the final question. In your eyes, am I just like the Tingyun you remember?
Wait, don't you find that question a bit weird? You're the real Tingyun. Why compare yourself to an imposter?
Oh, Miss March, you might have the wrong idea. I'm just feeling a mix of regret and relief.
Uh-huh.
As a merchant, staying well informed is crucial. It's only natural for me to stay updated on the events of the Lawfu before I return. If I had rushed in and out back then, I wouldn't have been much help. Instead, I would have postponed the trip and sought assistance from allies, but in that case...
We wouldn't have crossed paths.
Exactly. Based on your description, that Lord Ravager was indeed cunning. Her demeanor mirrored mine so closely that it felt like she was living my life for a few days, rather than merely disguising herself. I regret missing out on your Sanjo journey. But everything that unfolded afterward, aside from the scheming, played out exactly as if I'd been there. This leads me to consider another possibility.
Δηλαδή.
Fantilia had stolen a piece of my life, and a Foxian always gets even. I will not be taken advantage of. I must take something back from her as well. But after thinking it over, the only thing that could be considered equal value is the bond I have with all of you. That thought has brought me great comfort. And now I know how to speak to you properly. We've never even met before, and here you are, offering your help, just as before. I should have treated you with
Γεια σου,
respect,
Βρονάκο.
but fear of Fantilia made me act like somebody else. And now, I will
Η Epic έχει
reclaim
το Mines
everything
of Moria.
I've lost. And it should begin with a proper acknowledgement. Dear benefactors, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you.
Huh.
Looks like we're off to a good start. Moving forward, I'll definitely be trying more things like this from now on. And you, my dear benefactors, will be my source of courage.
Ω,
Miss
γλυκούλα.
Tingyun, that's way too over the top. Just don't make any risky decisions. It might overwhelm him.
Είπε για μένα.
We'll see. I just hope the Tingyun in your memories won't be tainted by Fantilia anymore. All right, no more questions. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. Let's continue on our way.
Ω,
A dream about eons?
Dreamscape Sales Store. Dr. Edward at your service.
Ναι, δεν έχω χώρο σήμερα, γι' αυτό δεν έχω πάει. Είμαι λίγο ωριακά. Κάνω κάτι αλλαγές στο δωμάτιο και δεν έχω πάρα πολύ χώρο.
And preferably captivating?
Just a friendly reminder. Being too picky won't help you find the best screen. Just dampen your spirits ahead of time. That being said, there are always some lucky exceptions. Not too long ago, I procured a dream bubble that sounds perfect for you. The story unfolds in the Xianzhou Alliance, where a young swordmaster strives to become the sword champion. However, his junior Foxian sword, who just turned 100, puts him in a tough spot.
Why does that sound oddly familiar?
Yes.
Since I'm returning to the Xianzhou, I think it's better to choose something unrelated to the Alliance. Feel free to pick a few for me.
I love customers like you. So easy to work with.
So easy to take advantage of, you mean? Just don't pick anything weird, okay?
Oh, speaking of dreamscapes, I have a gift for you, my benefactors. After troubling you all this time, I couldn't leave without properly expressing my thanks. Here's a dream bubble for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Wow. That's really nice of you.
Here are the dream bubbles I prepared for you. Thank you for your business.
Well, it looks like everything's finally in order. I suppose it's time to head back?
Δεν μ' αρέσει. Go to the Radiant Felspar. Γιατί πάμε στο Radiant Felspar?
I can't believe it's time for Miss Ting-Yoon to leave. I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet.
Ου, Σελένα, καλησπέρα! Τι κάνεις, πως είσαι? Τι πρόλαβες, τώρα άνοιξα καλέ. Τι κάνεις?
Yeah, we got delayed on the way. Mr. Yang will explain in detail when he gets back. Has the messenger from the Xianzhou arrived yet?
What? Όχι. Α, ναι!
Long time no see, everyone.
Γύρισα... Συγγνώμη, τώρα γύρισα από σχολή. What the fuck? Καλή ξεκούραση.
Imagined this moment many times. I was worried I might embarrass myself in front of you. I even rehearsed every word beforehand. But now it seems it was unnecessary. Ting-Yoon, I'm here to take you home.
Ναι ρε φίλε, ό,τι καλύτερο. Μεγαλύτερη στεναχώρια γιατί Yukong δεν είχα φάει.
Madam Yukong, I wasn't expecting it to be you. What a wonderful surprise.
I wanted to come because, after all, it's you who's coming home.
Yeah, me of all people.
Your body. It's going to be tough from now on, isn't it?
I've already escaped death once. What more could I ask for? Also, it's not all bad. I might even beat you at arm wrestling now.
You're still the same, carefree as always.
Δεν μ' αρέσει ο τόνος της
I've a
φωνής
lot
της
I'd like
όμως.
to tell you, but I'll save it for the road. It's a long journey back to the Luofu.
3 teleport είναι. Άντε πάλι, γιατί έγινε πάλι μπλε.
Rid you of the pain. There must be ways to alleviate it on the Xianzhou.
I have no doubt. But since we're alone here, may I ask you one more thing? Do I really have to go back to the Luofu?
Why? You don't want to?
Despite Fantilia's ruthlessness, she spared me when I should have been eliminated. And why did Miss Ron Mei, who has no ties to the Xianzhou, go out of her way to save me? It seems as if I've become a pawn in someone else's game.
There are people within the Alliance who also believe that the suspect is now on the Yuchua.
Yuchua.
If that's the case, it's all the more reason for me not to return to the Luofu and complicate things. I might as well take advantage of this situation.
Take advantage of the situation? What do you mean?
Right now, the marks of ruin inside me maintain a delicate balance. Moreover, they were created by Fantilia herself. If possible, please inform the General and arrange for me to meet with the Marshal. Maybe this body of mine can help the Alliance get one step closer to the Xianzhou's enemies.
When Ron Mei visited the Luofu earlier, she mentioned what happened to you. This coincided with when the message sent by the Astral Express arrived. The Arbiter Generals concluded that Fantilia did not intend for you to survive. If utilized strategically, this could give the Alliance an element of surprise.
Okay.
If we follow this plan, we must keep your resurrection hidden. But before making any decisions, I want to know what you think. If you wish to go home,
Καλά, και στα ρούχα της Yukong και στα ρούχα της Sting Yun είναι καταπληκτικό το design.
Then I'm glad. I shall save you the trouble of hearing what those people may say.
The road ahead is perilous. If you decide to take it, I won't stop you. Maybe I'm being selfish, but I still want to know. Are you choosing this because it's what you really want?
I've come to see myself clearly in this dream journey. Perhaps it's what people call a blessing in disguise. There is someone who can attest to my true intentions. Please follow me. She should be around here somewhere.
Μόλις ήρθες απ' έξω, μια χαρά.
Is that...
After a strange encounter, I was fragmented into multiple Tingyuns, each embodying a different aspect of my memories. And one of them hasn't returned to me, because she ventured too far. Until now.
You mean her? What is she doing?
She's captivated by something that has deeply mesmerized me.
Το Honkai είναι πάρα πολύ ωραίο.
Fleeting emotion, she's no different from a newborn. Her boarding this ship was solely down to her inner impulse. Madam Yukong, do you remember? Perhaps that was just an ordinary flight for you, but it was her first experience with the sky.
Είναι ωραίο παιχνίδι. Γενικά, είναι γκάτσα παιχνίδι, αλλά σου δίνει αρκετά πράγματα για να μπορείς να σου κάτσουν οι χαρακτήρες. Και η αλήθεια είναι ότι και η ιστορία του είναι ωραία. Δηλαδή τώρα έχουμε ένα παιχνίδι που εδώ και περίπου 1,5 χρόνο plus σου δείχνει content. Έτσι. Είναι η Child in Dune. Εντάξει. Και σου γαμάει την ψυχολογία αυτό το παιχνίδι, γιατί... Καλά είναι. Λένα, υποστήριξε.
Of course I remember. Back then, you were still young enough for me to carry.
You probably still can. Want to give it a try?
I'm afraid you'd be too heavy for me now.
Just kidding.
I remember you kept begging me to take you to the star skiff, and even dreamed of becoming a pilot. But once you were airborne, you were so nervous that you clung to others for dear life.
This flight was a turning point in my life. The boundless cosmos unfolded before me. I was completely mesmerized, not just by the view, but by a realization. In this world, there are paths beyond waiting for us to explore. Even though I lacked the talent to pilot the star skiff and wasn't much of a warrior, I still chose to travel around with the
Ότι δεν έχει το Genshin το έβαλαν εδώ. Άστα να
To
πάνε.
this day, this thrill still courses
Λένα,
through me.
να επιχειρήσω για να πάρω τον Κυριακή ή όχι.
Never. Now I can embark once more on my journey as a traveler of no return, exploring the paths that lie beyond. Speaking of which, how are things with the Whistling Flames?
I've left Yan Ming in charge for now. He's reliable, but he can be a bit extreme, and might not always follow your principles as a traveling merchant.
My principles. Forsake what others fight for and take what others abandon. That's the way to navigate the world and achieve my goals. I will continue to uphold my principles. But now I've also learned that while these merchant principles may apply to humans, they falter in the face of the gods.
But this shouldn't fall on your shoulders to begin with. You are simply an innocent survivor in this war.
Madame Yukong, you were once a survivor in the war too, weren't you?
Είναι και έξυπνη Παναθημάτινα.
In a hazy dream, I vaguely remember someone telling me that the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity. But Madame Yukong, the gods use humans as pawns in their cosmic game, sacrificing countless innocent souls. Have you ever thought about making them pay?
Every moment of every day. But as inconsequential as we are, how can we escape the fate of being mere pawns? If I could choose, I would never want you to become a pawn. I just wish you could still be that carefree little fox, not caught up in this war.
Don't be disheartened, Madame Yukong. Thanks to the favor of the Lord Ravager, I've become a player in this game. Remember, it's often the unassuming pawns, the lone traveler, or the worm that subdues the dragon, that leave even the best strategists helpless. So, now I'll become a cunning speck of dust, and make those masterminds behind the curtains sneeze a few times.
Ποιος είναι ο Φούγκουε ή η Φούγκουε? Δεν θυμάμαι.
No, I'm just here to bid farewell.
Από τις καλύτερες σκηνές που έχει βγάλει το Honkai.
This journey has too many variables. So it shouldn't matter if we add another.
How did you know she would be here?
I didn't. I had a hunch and decided to try my luck. It seems I can be lucky sometimes.
It's not like you to leave things to luck.
I'm trying to change too.
I don't think you need a bystander in this scenario. Go on ahead.
You're not worried I'll take the opportunity to escape?
I believe you're the kind of person that has the ability and desire to use everything to your advantage. But that everything does not include Miss Robin.
Thank you.
Now then, Mr. 1 Week.
I'm not leaving. No way.
Let him stay. He won't be in the way. I actually need 1 week to be there. She shouldn't be seen talking to a fugitive, no matter the circumstances.
You don't intend to reveal your true identity to her?
Both parties don't have to be aware that this is a farewell. I shouldn't put her at risk for my selfishness.
As you wish.
Επίσης βλέπω ότι υπάρχει ένα puzzle που δεν έχω λύσει εδώ.
Let's go. Our journey can't begin if I can't take this first step.
Επίσης... Άμα το... Να δω λιγάκι πόσα έχω μαζέψει. Wait. Κάτι άλλαξε. Είναι τεράστιο κάτι που ήταν εδώ κάτω. Έφυγε κάτι. Αυτό έπρεπε να ήταν εδώ κάτω. Θα πω. Αυτό έπρεπε να ήταν εδώ. Το warp εδώ. Το players εδώ. Τι μετακινήθηκε. Τι βγάλανε, μη χέσω. Όλη αυτή η σειρά κανονικά ήταν μία θέση δεξιά. Και το τεράστιο κάτι πήγαινε το κάτω. Στο λέω γιατί πήγαινα δεξιά για να ανοίξω τους χαρακτήρες, κατάλαβες. Έχω 7.800. Κάτσε, θα το κάνω μετά. Ποια είναι η Φούγκουε. Περίμενε, όχι από εδώ. Αυτή είναι η Φούγκουε. Άρα τι, η Φούγκουε... What? Η Φούγκουε είναι η πεντάστερη μορφή της Ting Yun. Οκ. Got it. Debuff και break damage. Team lineup μαζί με τη Robin. You bastards! Γεια σου, γεια. Δεν κατάλαβα και δεν σ' άρεσε τα relic μου, ας πούμε, μη χέσω. Επειδή δεν έχω το Wondrous Ban Amusement Park. Α. Α, Γιατί δεν έχουν στις μπότες speed. Αυτό το είχα δει. What? Ε? Ναι, προφανώς γιατί κοιτάζουμε το λάθος Trailblazer. Τόσο πίσω έχει μείνει ο παλιός Trailblazer. Wow. Και εδώ χαλιέμαι. Αλλά πάρα πολύ καλό. Δεν είχα ασχοληθεί τόσο πάρα πολύ με αυτό. Παιδιά, βλέπω ότι δεν μου λείπει πολύς κόσμος. Wait, what? Α, η Yun Lee είναι. Σκάλωσα. Τι μου λείπουνε. Αυτή ποια είναι. Ρουάν Μέιν. Γεια σου Μιχαλιό. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για τα πιτάκια. Εντάξει, μου λείπουν 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 χρυσοί. Και ό,τι άλλο βγάλει από 14 χρυσοί, γιατί δεν έχω ούτε το τέτοιο. Ήμουν εγώ στην φάση και σκεφτόμουν, έλα μωρέ, καλά είναι. Καλά τα έχω πάει. Έβγαλα αρκετό πράγμα. Χάρηκα, πήρα Young King και Welt μαζεμένους τώρα σε αυτό το version που στάσκασα όλα μαζί. Έβγαλα τους 2 χρυσούς. Να, πήρα και το Young King. Πήρα και τον Welt. Ωραία. Πάμε να κλάψουμε τώρα και το άλλο. Θα κλάψω κι εγώ μόνος μου. Γεια σου, μπαμπουλά.
I didn't expect to see you here, Miss Robin.
My name is Wanweek. I'm a member of the Nightingale family.
Λείπανε μερικοί ηθοποιοί αυτή τη φορά.
Miss Robin. You must be very busy. What
Costa!
brings you here to Dream's Edge? Well,
Καλά είμαστε, καλά είμαστε. Λίγο κουρασμένος, γιατί έκατσα στο stream σκέψου. Πριν το stream στον υπολογιστή.
The stars aren't really there. The glimmering lights we see
Ή
are
πια.
merely the images of stars from long ago. So, have we ever truly seen a real sky full of stars?
Γεια σου, πώς είναι τι λέγω ρε. Κάτσα πάρω το ποντίκι από εκεί. Μ' αρέσει που η σκιά στη μύτη αλλάζει θέση, έτσι.
Today is my rest day. There's going to be a show later, so I came early to find a good seat.
Shit!
It's somewhere farther away. They say it's a farewell performance. The kind that's better to listen to from afar than watch it performed live.
Όχι, Μάκη, δεν το κάνω. Δεν έχω δύναμη σήμερα. Ευχαριστώ, Κώστα. Το τίτλος είναι γιατί αυτός λέγεται Sunday.
I stay here with you to gaze at the stars before the show begins.
Ρε χαμένο, ήπια νερό.
Still, these stars are unfamiliar to me. I don't recognize any of them.
Για να κάνω το puzzle από πίσω να πάρω το chest. Please.
Uneasy.
Γεια σου, γεια σου να.
Perhaps it's both. The Stellaron disaster may not have had any real consequences, but many guests still chose to check out. Now the hotel feels quieter than before.
Πατουράκινα, ευχαριστώ που ήρθες. Γεια σου.
Penacony's future will be like. I just hope it will not negatively affect you, Miss Robin.
Δεν έχω τιμωρία για το. Είπα χαμένο. Άμα έχεις μπει σε ένα δάσος και δεν ξέρεις που πας, χαμένο είσαι.
Did the person you wanted to say them to leave? Sometimes, what's in your heart doesn't need to be dressed up in words. Maybe he already knows what you wanted to say.
Είναι πανέμορφα τα γραφικά του. Ρομαντικό θα το πεις, αλλά είναι συναισθηματικό
If you
αρκετά.
don't mind me asking, who is it that you wish to encourage?
Ειδικά σε αυτή τη φάση. Λένε γιατί υποστηρίζει το Μάκη.
There are many such people on Penacony. Failure is like the setting sun to a dream chaser. It's something that happens every day. I believe they all have the willpower to start anew. Especially after receiving a smile from you, Miss Robin.
Μου άρεσε η Δέλη.
Are you saying that's not true?
Ναι.
Failure may be a good thing for someone like that. Being able to reflect on one's actions is a valuable quality to have. Why is that?
Όχι, δεν τελειώσει ποτέ η ιστορία του Honkai όσο συνεχίζει και τη βγάζει κάθε 40 μέρες. Ρούφα μην ξουλάντε.
I hope so.
Σου αξίζει.
The dream jigsaw. I see. I'll do my best. I'm still inexperienced, so let's just hope we get lucky.
Για να δούμε τώρα. Βλέπω ένα κομμάτι puzzle εκεί. Φέρτο.
It seems we've been blessed with good fortune today.
Λέγεται χάρτης.
Another Dreamweaver probably left this behind. It's a habit for this profession. They hope to use these blessings as a foundation for the dreamscape. The second jigsaw piece. Is this a pair of wings or a decoration made of feathers?
Πώς μαλάκες θα πήγε να κάνει τον εαυτό του.
We should keep looking.
May your stage be forever illustrious. Ναι, ο Γόνγουικ είναι το μεταξύ δεν την κοπάνισε. Λοιπόν, παζλάκι, εσύ θα πας κάπου εδώ. Εσύ ουσιαστικά είσαι εδώ. Εσύ εδώ. Ταρά. Ταρά. Εσύ εδώ. Προφανώς εσύ εδώ. Εσύ εδώ. Γιατί τι κάνει μια στα κεραμίδια. Και εσύ εδώ.
It's done. Have a look.
Ευχαριστώ, Λένα.
Soon I shall travel to those unfamiliar stars, none of which I recognize. But as long as you continue to gaze upon them from here, then those unfamiliar stars will one day be the place of our reunion.
Ναι, λες και χρειαζόταν να φύγει ο Γόνγουικ για να καταλάβει η Ρόμπιν με ποιον μίλαγε. Μάκη, ο Γόνγουικ γενικά είναι στο 2 μέτρα, στα 5 μέτρα. Ωραία, δεν φεύγει τόσο μακριά. Αλλά και να μην έφευγε, η Ρόμπιν ξέρει πολύ καλά με ποιον μιλούσε. Απλά δεν έφυγε από το χάρτη.
That didn't seem like a perfect goodbye.
It's enough. I only meant to stay quietly by her side for a bit. But why did you do those unnecessary things?
What things?
Those 2 notes. If someone finds them, they can be used as evidence against her.
Huh. So you can do whatever you want as many times as you want, but I can't? I don't want to live with regret for the rest of my life either.
Live with regret.
We're almost done saying our goodbyes, right?
Yes, we only have one last stop. But before we leave, I have a question I'd like to ask you, Mr. Yang. I'm curious. Why did you become a nameless?
Why the sudden interest?
I always had a feeling that you would never give up on someone who needed help. After spending time with you, I'm even more convinced of this assessment. At this very moment, there are countless worlds above the sky still waiting for the arrival of the Astral Express. Yet you and your companions have chosen to stay here. All for an old friend you never knew, and a notorious fugitive. To trailblaze means to forge ahead. Yet, you stop and spend precious time on people just passing by. All the while you believe
Σας πω.
this is the natural course of action?
That's not what I think at all. Besides, the watchmaker also made a similar choice.
And because of that, he bid farewell to the Express and never walked among the stars again in his lifetime.
Not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if we leave the Express, some trailblazing paths will still continue. You can think of it this way. The title of Nameless doesn't belong to any one person. Each individual will have their own view of
what it means to walk this path and will always try their best, no matter the situation. The goal of my trailblazing is not the unknown world, but every living being who exists under the stars. In my homeland, the name Welt means world. It suggests that each person is a world unto themselves, and that we harbor as many possibilities as the distant stars. The connections I gain on my journey are what is most precious to me. This is my way of the Trailblaze and the reason why I decided to stay here.
Why me?
Like I said before, I left my home in a hurry too. I know how you feel right now. I also know that a person will only be able to truly face themselves once they've decided to say goodbye to their past, the same way you're doing right here, right now. There was never a third person with us, was there?
I told you he'd find out.
I should have known nothing could escape your keen eyes. Since you already know 1 week's secret, there's no need for me to build up suspense. Let's go. We'll head straight for the finale and take our final bow in this farewell performance.
I know you can hide your appearance, but trespassing on restricted family grounds is still a bold move.
Don't worry, I won't take too much time. I was a child when I first visited the Grand Theater. I remember seeing the light behind the curtains from here and believing it to be the morning star guiding me toward the land of the dreams. When I returned here many years later as the head of the Oak family, I finally learned that the light was actually a star.
Καλά, ναι. Η μουσική από πίσω εδώ πέρα είναι σε άλλο επίπεδο.
Return to the stage. What are you planning to do?
Prepare for my departure. I've always believed that a person's starting point should also be his last stop. Have you ever seen the elderly at the end of their lives? As they welcome their final moments, they invariably raise their hands, stretching their arms into the emptiness. Much like how babies also stretch their arms into the air when they are first born. Humanity flaps their wings twice as they complete their journey. Once when they are born, and once when they die. In order to flap my own wings and soar again. I will say goodbye, here, to the me of yesterday. I really hate this face. My expressions feel so dull and lifeless.
I see. That explains why something always felt off about your appearance. The halo above your head that symbolizes the harmony, it's been missing since the moment we reunited.
It's true that this ring was bestowed upon our people by the heavens, but that doesn't mean it can't be thrown away. While I was in the gallery of thoughts, at the entrance of the dream, I chose to completely sever the halo from myself.
Why?
I am a fugitive, after all. I must remove any chance of being detected by the family. Another reason is
Γεια σου Μανουλίτο. Μάρκ το Μανουλί.
pain. A pain like falling from the sky with broken wings. This is how I can cast aside all the blessings
Thank you.
of the harmony and the order, and for the first time in my life, enter the sweet dream as an ordinary person.
Is that also how Mr. One Week came into this world?
No. You wouldn't believe the real story even if he told you.
Κράγιας.
He was born from an accident, one that you're actually quite familiar with. It was that try not to laugh challenge. Quite embarrassing, to be honest. I was roaming around as an ordinary person when I unfortunately fell into that Pepeshi's trap. The prank that fragmented Miss Ting-Yun also divided my fragile self into two.
Are you saying that he's a part of you? That's quite surprising given that you two look nothing alike.
You could say he's another possibility of me. I too was once a child, with aspirations buried deep within.
Είναι ποιες σας ρώτησα.
Childhood voices
Τι λέει, Μανώλη, πώς είσαι?
increasingly faint. Maybe if I had made a small change in my childhood, I would have turned out to be exactly like him. What a pity, failing to become a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
So, my final farewell will be like that of Miss Ting-Yun. I will perform a tuning on myself and return to my complete form. And this also means that 1 week will vanish for good. That's why I said this was the last stop. Is there a possibility that you will be the one who disappears? No. This is a foregone conclusion. But who's to say there won't be any changes? Maybe deep down, I'm also anticipating this possibility.
Regardless of the outcome, you will have a witness. I'll be waiting for you in the audience.
Much appreciated. Now, shall we begin? Anticipating this possibility, you've really changed. In the past, you wouldn't have tolerated any noise at all. I'm about to embark on an unknown journey where it will be impossible to maintain my orderly life. I will have to navigate unexpected surprises, much like today. You're not ready at all, are you? I feel unsettled, maybe even scared.
Όταν δεν υπάρχει order.
Ever since I left Penacony, I could no longer control everything.
Γιατί και όταν τα κάνεις control όλα δεν είναι να τα γαμίσουμε εμείς.
Flatter yourself. You can't control anything.
Ευχαριστώ, One Week.
But isn't that how it is for most people? My fear of the unknown may be a weakness, but your presence has shown me that surprises aren't always bad.
Έχω άδικο.
Meeting you has been a great help to me, and I'm glad to have discovered this side of myself. I also feel grateful for the opportunity to tell you this in person. I truly dislike you. What? Are you sure you didn't mean the opposite? I must admit, many of your qualities strike a chord with me. There are times when I want to joke around, freely express my thoughts, or openly share my dislike of a person. Or my fondness. I want to tell her that I love all her songs. Then go for it, Sonny. You always talk about locking the bird in the cage, but you're the one who's trapped. Look at yourself. Besides discipline and hesitation, there's nothing else in your life. If you continue living like a slab of marble, you'll break into pieces when you fall. But I won't become like you. I simply can't. I dislike people who are frivolous. It makes me uncomfortable to even emulate them. If I fail, I will still uphold my principles, such as
Έχει δώσει πόνο η Μιχόγιο εδώ πέρα, έτσι, για της πουτάνας.
for the harmony. stance remains the same. Whether it's you or the paths, if what I once doubted, or even opposed, becomes the force I must rely on in the future, then this time, my true heart will guide the tuning. I'll leave it to you.
What is this? Leaving your fate entirely up to a coin flip? This isn't like you at all. Did you lose your mind after being run over by the Express? Or were you possessed by that IPC gambler?
Failure is always the best teacher. To save more lives, you must first understand what they live for and what they die for. The best way to achieve this is through personal experience. You see? I'm already starting to make changes. Whether it's us merging or one of us disappearing, I'll leave the tuning to fate. And see if I can embrace all that I detest. Only then will I truly be able to walk among the living.
Ναι, έχουμε το 5%, αλλά ποιοι μαλάκες τρέχουν όλη την ώρα για να σώσει το πενακόνι. Άντε μην αρχίσει τα καντήλια.
What if you can't do it? Well, that's out of my hands. It will just prove that I'm still the same person. The person who always disappoints his sister. Falling is just another name for flying. That's why I rejoice at my broken wings. Step into the mortal world to see how it truly is.
Εν τω μεταξύ και αυτά που γίνονται απέναντι είναι τραγικά, έτσι.
And die as one. And with my last breath, I'll join the weak in reaching my hands toward the sky. On the planet of festivities, whatever identities I once had, they no longer matter. It's not the gods who answer us, but ourselves from the future. I don't have much to say, but as it's time to part ways, here's one last piece of advice. When telling jokes, be sincere. Don't sweat the details, and above all, don't explain them every time.
Γαμάτος.
Maybe it's better for you not to joke at all.
No objections from me.
This is so annoying. How did I become so dull? Well, despite everything, try not to be too hard on yourself. There will always be people who are sad.
Ξεκάθαρα. Η παιδική έκδοση του Sunday είναι και γαμό.
Planet of festivities, land of the dreams. I say goodbye to my home. Should one desire to leave the stage for good, one must first step back onto the stage.
As expected, the trickiest thing is tuning yourself. These dissonant sounds are much too harsh.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Fangs and claws got dull.
A quick divination. Together as one.
Θα πάρει λίγο αυτό, να ξέρετε.
Echoes of the past. You need not fade away. Follow me to the stars.
All things in this world have their law. Human creations. The truth burns everything in this world is bleeding.
Καλημέρα, τι κάνετε?
Be of your body and mind.
Disorderly noise.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you.
Hello.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. I won't do.
We came together.
Παίρνουμε αυτό.
Awaken. May the foul stench dissipate.
Ακούει κανείς την ηλεκτρική κιθάρα που παίζει από πίσω ή μόνο εγώ την ακούω?
Get it together.
Ευχαριστώ, Λένα, που την άκουσες και εσύ την ηλεκτρική κιθάρα. Και τι πόνο έδωσε ο τύπος που το έγραψε αυτό.
Through you.
Πάμε άλλη μία.
Forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Δεν κάνω πάλι defense. Έχουμε ήδη.
Allow me to purge the root of the problem. Time to cleanse the filth.
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
The truth. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Fangs and claws got
Καλή τύχη. Έχεις συνειδητοποιήσει ότι δεν κλάνεις damage, έτσι?
Converge and awaken.
free will, or was it fate?
All things in this world. Human creations.
Still waters. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Immerse yourself in it. Yeah.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Ωραία. Πάμε να δούμε και αυτό.
Victory is inevitable.
Όχι, δεν είδα καθόλου ότι έχει fire weakness. Ωραία. Έχω κρατήσει προφανώς το ντουέτο της καταστροφής που είναι η Άχερον μαζί με τη Face Xiao. Ωραία. Κάτσε και τη σκάρωσα τώρα. Η Φουσουάν για την άμυνα, γιατί δεν ήξερα ότι θα συναντήσουμε. Και λέω, ξέρεις τι. Ας βάλω και μία φωτιά μέσα. Ποτέ δεν ξέρεις. Έχω όλα τα elements αυτή τη στιγμή. Όλα. Εντάξει, δεν έχω imaginary. Αλλά έχω και electricity, έχω και wind, έχω και... όχι atomic, το άλλο. Να βάλω και φωτιά. Γιατί να έχω 2 electricity, ας πούμε. Αν το είδα από το one week, γιατί από το one week? Πώς θα μου το έδειχνε ο one week?
Converge and awaken.
Quantum, ευχαριστώ. Α, αυτό σου λέω, ρε, δεν είδα ότι είχε fire weakness. Για κανένα λόγο, δεν το εντόπισα. Εγώ είπα το story. Και αντίστοιχα, γιατί να βάλω τη Firefly, ήθελα να αλλάξω το healer. Η Face Xiao, ναι, μπορεί να σου σπάσει με την ulti. Και ας μην κάνει damage 3 άλλες φορές. Δεν με χαλάει. Θα μπορούσα να κάνω παραπάνω damage γενικότερα. Ναι, αυτό είναι μεγάλη αλήθεια.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly.
Μμμ.
The truth burns everything in this world. Is bleeding. Never hesitate.
Ναι, βρε, αυτό σου λέω. Γι' αυτό έχω βάλει και τη Face Cow και την Archeron, γιατί δουλεύουν με τον ίδιο τρόπο. Είναι ότι καλύτερο και να σπάς ασπίδες, έτσι όπως το βλέπω εγώ.
Allow me to purge the root of the problem.
Μμμ.
Be of your body and mind. No matter.
I venture forth to forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Α, δεν ασχολήθηκα καν.
Time has come. Let it be revealed. Is it inevitable for me?
Human creations.
Still waters of oblivion.
May the foul stench dissipate quick. Yeah.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Together as one.
Destined for oblivion. Show me what you can do.
Your noise is fading. Πόσο σίγουρος είσαι γι' αυτό, ας πούμε.
Again.
The truth burns clear as a flame. Everything in this world is bleeding.
I venture forth to hunt forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Είναι feature αυτό στο Twitch που τα στοιχεία του stream τα εμφανίζει κάτω από το παράθυρο της εικόνας και όχι όπως το θυμόμουν. Ούτε καν ξέρω τι λες. Βίρονα. Δεν ξέρω. Φέρ το shield.
And awaken. All things human creations.
Μμμ.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Another journey
Time to cleanse the filth.
Fangs and claws got.
Get it together. A quick divination. Yeah.
Κάτσε να φορτώσουμε λιγάκι ability points. Skill points.
I venture forth to hunt forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
The truth burns clear. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Εν τω μεταξύ κόβει damage και η healer. Είναι απίστευτο. Τα Game Awards νομίζω με το Μίτσο που τα βλέπαμε τα έχει κατά τις 2.30 τα ξημερώματα σήμερα. Let me automate it! Θα είχαμε τελειώσει.
Be of your body and mind.
Free will, or was it
Mm.
still waters of oblivion?
Get it together. I see through you.
Κρυφό DPS η Λίλινγκσα. Πόσο αλήθεια. Είναι δικό μου ρε μαλάκα. Ωραία. Κρατάω λιγάκι την ούλτη για μετά.
All things human creations.
Ξύπνησε. Κάπου να σου βράσω. Μου δείτε, μου δείτε.
Everything in this world is bleeding.
Ξέρεις κάτι.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. I venture forth to forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Καταλαβαίνετε λοιπόν γιατί παίζω εγώ τις μάχες τόσο καιρό. Μου παίρνει λίγο ώρα παραπάνω. Μάκη, ναι, το έχω προσέξει. «38 ώρες αργότερα, ο Μάριος ακόμα παλεύει να τελειώσει τη μάχη». Τι θα γίνει, θα παίξει φουσού αν μη χέσω? Λίνξα, κοριτσάρα μου, χαίστηκα. Άμα είχαμε και τρίτο, παιδιά, αύριο θα τελειώναμε. Πολύ με εκνευρίζει που με αναγκάζει να χαλάω την ούλτη της Άχυρον για να του πάω την ασπίδα του μαλάκα.
All things in the human creations. The truth burns. Everything in this world is bleeding. I venture forth forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable. Immerse yourself in it.
Disorderly noise.
Still waters of oblivion. I venture forth forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Disorderly noise.
Πάμε, πάμε. Δώσε πόνο, δώσε πόνο.
I see through you. Together as
Φέρα σπίδα, φέρα σπίδα.
get it together.
Καταλαβαίνεις ότι είσαι μία ούλτη της Άχυρον, έτσι. Συγγνώμη, Μόλις της έφαγε 8% shield. Τα κουνελάκια. Ρε Λίνξα, να το συζητήσουμε λίγο.
Destined for oblivion.
All things human creations. Yin and yang. Wait for good timing. Allow me to purge the root of the problem.
Okay.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Αυτό που χάνει στην ούρτιση από τα κουνελάκια με ξεπερνάει ρε μαλάκα. Λοιπόν.
The truth burns clear as a flame. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Άντε γαμίσου πτυχίλε. Άντε γαμίσου.
On this 8th day, I grant myself departure.
Well, how should I address you now? Mr. Sunday or Mr. 1 Week?
Whichever you prefer. He's probably mocking me from inside right now. Thank you for accompanying me through all this, Mr. Yang. This farewell journey has come to an end.
What are your plans after leaving Penacony?
At this point, there's no need to hide things from you. I believe there's more to the incident involving the Stellaron on Penacony.
Are you suggesting that the Dream Master wasn't the one controlling the Stellaron?
Don't worry. The Oak family was indeed behind seizing the Stellaron and resurrecting the fallen Eon during the Charmony Festival, and you've already defeated them. But Mr. Gopherwood once told me that all the Order's efforts were aimed at avoiding the same mistakes that the Harmony made. My guess is that the family from the Montour system must be involved. Unfortunately, too much time has passed to verify that. Penacony is just a small territory, and even the family heads with their authority cannot enter the sacred site of the Harmony and inquire about the true will of the Great One. In the worst-case scenario, if Xipe turned a blind eye, how could the strong defending the weak hold up? Mr. Yang, I just want to tell you this. The Harmony has more than one side. They can be the most steadfast ally of the Astral Express, or the most fearsome enemy.
Well, thank you for being honest with me. The efforts of the crew on Penacony were driven by the same concern. After all this, the Harmony and the Preservation will keep the situation on the planet of festivities in balance. With the momentum from the Trailblaze, more forces will arrive and Penacony will become a public space in the cosmos. Freedom is the only answer the Nameless can offer. I'm glad that Penacony needs it.
You and I both strive for a peaceful society, even if our reasons are different. And you've gone even further than I have. If not for our paths, perhaps you and I wouldn't be in opposition.
Don't sell yourself short. We're not fundamentally opposed. Otherwise, you wouldn't have shown me mercy in front of the Dream Master. This shared journey is my way of repaying you. After all, you are one of my trailblazing goals.
about that. You've given me many insights as well. Humans are the measure of everything, and no one is the sole savior. Creating a paradise remains one of my lifelong ambitions. As I move forward, I realize I must build it brick by brick. Therefore, I have a request that I hope you'll consider. While I lack the will to trailblaze, nor can I become a true nameless. I admire your convictions. Perhaps what I need more than asceticism is knowledge. Therefore, after leaving Penacony, would you consider letting me come aboard the Astral Express and travel with you for now?
Το περίμενα ότι κάπου εκεί πέρα πήγαινε αυτό.
So this is why I brought him here. Mr. Sunday wants to join us on the Express. Of course, I can't make that decision alone.
Oh God. Ναι. Έχω γιατί.
I learned the most valuable lessons from my past opponents. Please, say whatever's on your mind.
Well, you did get nerfed after turning into a good guy.
You know you get nerfed from that.
Thank you all for your forgiveness. Perhaps I'll find the answer I'm looking for on this journey. And when that day comes, it'll be farewell.
Αν δεν είμαι αυτός που είμαι, θα το πάταγα το 2 ξεκάθαρα. Δεν είμαι εγώ το νιούπι.
Now that our business on Penacony is settled, it's about time we get back on track and prepare for our next warp jump. Try?
Για να δούμε που θα πάει το επόμενο φίλερ. Γιατί κάνεις αυτή την ερώτηση? Γιατί ποτέ δεν ρωτάμε τι θα μπορούσε να έχει συμβεί?
We're still not quite there. Indeed, this is only a minor ripple that no one will ever notice. So, you must also understand, for a genius, the importance of asking questions outweighs the importance of the answers themselves. So-called magic has its own set of principles. There are no mysteries in this universe that cannot be solved. So, all-seeing presence, I ask you this. What is divinity?
Ωραία, ωραία, ωραία. Ωραία, όπως λέτε δεν έχουμε άλλο filler. Είχαμε 2 filler και μετά πάμε για basic installment. Ωραία. Και έχει κάνει μαλακία η χέρτα. Έχουμε τη Ρουάν Μέι. Θα έχουμε και τη χέρτα. Γιατί καλό μου παιδί. Γιατί βρε πουτάρα Χόγιο. Γιατί καλή μου Μιχόγιο σταμάτα. Όχι τη χέρτα. Θα τρέχουμε σαν μαλάκες. Όχι ότι δεν τρέχουμε σαν μαλάκες έτσι γιατί όλο το παιχνίδι, δεν έχει σημασία. Παπά. Ξύπνα.
I'm here. I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I looked in the mirror before I came and didn't see any. Huh? Can coffee get rid of dark circles under your eyes? No wonder it smells like medicine brewed by the Alchemy Commission. I appreciate the gesture, but I'll pass. Actually, after I got your invitation, I couldn't stop imagining what the Express looked like on the inside. I got so excited about it that I couldn't fall asleep all night. Before you came, I already had a look around. I know it wasn't appropriate, but I just couldn't help myself.
Ελπίζω να μην έσπασες τίποτα.
Better keep your word, huh? I'll be coming often.
Ευχαριστώ και τα 10 Stellar Jade. Δεν μιλάμε στη Μαμαχημέκο. Παπόλ! Παπόλ! Τι κάνεις γλυκουλί! The oink of victory. Αψού! Άρα αυτό είναι το δωμάτιο του Welt, Like it's glue in space. Εδώ είμαστε κομπλέ. Από την άλλη είναι το τέτοιο. Άμα. Είχα ξεχάσει την από την άλλη μεριά το party car. Car. Ω,
You seem a little hesitant.
wait, γιατί... Α, ναι. Μμμ. Οκ. Μμμ. Μμμ. Ωραία.
You can tell me anything that's bothering you. My lips are sealed like a...
Ωραία, απορία. Ποιος και ποια από εσάς έχουν βάλει τη στολή του μάγειρα στην Πόμπομ?
Sincerest greetings, as always.
Καλά, δεν χρειάζεται να του μιλήσουμε. Ω, έλα Τζεπάρτ.
Quite an interesting conversation with Himiko and Mr. Yang. But that brown drink that Himiko makes, it's very...
Awesome!
I'm okay, thanks. Not what I'm used to. Anyway, I learned a lot from them. I'm very grateful for that. Belobog's architects talk about the great deeds of Klapoth all the time. In our minds, Klapoth represents the single greatest power in the universe. But Himiko and Mr. Yang told me that Klapoth is far from the only Eon in the universe. For example, the enemies that invaded Belobog 700 years ago were emanators of a different Eon. I need to make sure the Silvermane guards are always at the ready.
Μπράβο, παιδί. Καλά, ο Τζεπάρτ γιατί είναι σε εμάς? Ω, κύριε FG Άλεξ. Μάκη τον Άλεξ. Για το δωμάτιο είναι έτοιμο. Δωματιάρα. Ωραία. Από εδώ τρώμε. Θα χαλάσω σε 3-4 μέρες. Θα το ποιος θα μαζέψει. Ωραία. Τι άλλο. PC. Δεν έχω πατήσει να δω τι κάνει το PC. Να πω την αλήθεια. Renovation Planner. Ναι. Όχι, εδώ. Πάμε. Το πιστόλι δεν τα αλλάζουμε αυτό. Θα βάλουμε αυτό το μαξιλαράκι για να ταιριάζει με το άλλο το μαξιλάρι. Ο παπάκι στη σειρά κάνει βρε κουακουά. Ας βάλουμε το ασημένιο. Δεν είμαστε ήλικοι, αλλά δεν έχει σημασία. Wall σουρφάσε. Λίγο πιο χάλια από ό,τι θα ήθελα η ποιότητα, αλλά δεν μας πειράζει. Ναι, κομπλέ. Οκ. Εδώ πέρα τι θα μπορούσαμε να βάλουμε. Εδώ είμαστε στην είσοδο. Fruit cake. Εδώ έχουμε βάλει τα νομίσματα. Εδώ θα βάλουμε το παπάκι. Μην με ρωτήσετε γιατί θα βάλουμε εδώ το παπάκι. Μία κατατροφή εδώ. Ένα μπεργκεράκι εδώ πέρα που είναι τέλειο. Ναι, ας έχει το γλυκό από πάνω. Καλά είμαστε κύριε Άλεξ. Εσείς τι κάνετε? Εσείς πώς είστε? Άντε να βάλουμε εδώ πέρα την άλλη τη μαμά της παρέας. Δεν θα βάλω κάτι εδώ. Δεν θα βάλω κάτι ούτε εδώ. Για το Θεό δηλαδή. Σταμάτα να μου δίνεις τη σκληροτροφή! Εντάξει, έτοιμο το δωμάτιο. Τα έχουμε τελειώσει και όλα. Να πατήσουμε και μία το PC να δούμε τι κάνει. Why is the right viruses in the astral age? Προφανώς, computer viruses have been lingering for thousands of years. A video of trotters line jumping into the gutter. Γενικότερα σκατά. Πήραμε PC και το γεμίσαμε ιούς πριν προλάβουμε να το χαρούμε. Έρχεσαι Αθήνα να δω. Γιατί είναι μαλάκα. Ψηλότερο. Τα είπα σήμερα μαλάκα είναι 74. Τι περιμένεις. Να φτάσω μέχρι τα 90. Τι να σε κάνω. Πόε 2. Ναι. Θα μπω κι εγώ μετά λιγάκι. Θα κάνω εδώ πέρα τα daily για το τέτοιο και θα πω να παίξω λίγο. Έχει είπαμε και κόρη. Άρε Λένα. Τους έχω εδώ πέρα. Στο μουσου τους 10 πόντους. I'm the Superman smart virus. I'm sorry for being born as a virus. What the fuck? Who asked you? Eventually, however, I'll die with regrets. My last few wishes are fulfilled. Without regrets. Birth and death are inescapable rules of this world. People are often too busy living their lives by different death and dignity. Don't pretend to be the narrator. Thank you very much. Δεν ξέρω αν το πρόλαβα. Αλλά είχα τη φάση. Γιατί μου την πήγε το παιχνίδι. Ας μου εξηγήσει κάποιος γιατί με το που ήρθαμε εδώ πέρα κολλήσαμε έναν ιό. Καλά, και γαμώ τα κράνη. Έτσι. Προφανώς υπάρχει κάπου ένας κάδος. Π.χ. στο σώμα μας έχουμε το μάκι. Νομίζω το δωμάτιο γενικά είναι γαμάτο. Θεωρώ πολύ ωραία ιδέα το όλο θέμα με το... What?
It's been a long and busy day for you, Nameless. Would you like to take a bath, enjoy a beverage, or listen to another of my jokes first? This world has seen countless nights.
Πάμε και λίγη τσόντα.
We'll see countless more.
Με το παντελόνι θα μπει ο μαλάκας.
Countless belong to heroes, countless to the nameless, countless to geniuses, and countless to fools. But tonight belongs only to you, and no one can deprive you of it. The Talk people of Tidora have a blessing they reserve only for their most cherished friends. Nogati come up tonight. It translates to, this night, nothing occurred.
She hasn't get out of my bathroom. Γάμισε. Άντε πάμε μιλήσουμε λίγο και με την Πόμπομ. Κοίτα πώς είναι με τη μαγειρική στολή, δεν το πιστεύω, και τα φατσούλα. Καλά είναι. Οκ. Bathroom, courtroom placement is decided. Τι εννοείς? Προφανώς Masterchef. Άστα! Ουί! Παιδιά, συνειδητοποιείτε λιγάκι ότι αυτή τη στιγμή πάνω στο τρένο γίνεται λίγο της πουτάνας. Έχουμε έναν τύπο που χρησιμοποίησε τη δύναμη ενός νεκρού αίων. Ο Τζεπάρτ, καθόλου αδύναμος. Ο Τζιν Γιουάν, κάτι το οποίο είναι μεταξύ Emanator και Human, μαζί με αυτό που καλεί τέλος πάντων. Ωραία. Δεν θα μιλήσω για τη Χίμεκο. Δεν θα μιλήσω για την Black Swan εδώ πέρα, να πούμε, που έχει πρόσβαση σε αναμνήσεις και δεν ξέρω και εγώ τι. Άσε, γάμα το Welt. Έχουμε πει ότι είναι φλόρος, δεν έχει δυνάμεις. Ωραία. Λοιπόν, εντάξει, υπομονή με τη μαγειρική της. Οκ. Έχουμε έναν τύπα ο οποίος πρακτικά είναι η αναγέννηση ενός προηγούμενου χαρακτήρα που ήταν δράκος και είχε κάνει κάτι dubbing σε αλχημικές μαλακίες. Δηλαδή, έχετε συνειδητοποιήσει ότι οι θυμητικοί δυνάμεις κυκλοφορούν μέσα στο τρένο? Είναι και οι άλλοι εκεί. Είναι και οι άλλοι βλαμμένοι εκεί πέρα, η Γιουν Λι. Τι γίνεται? What the fuck? Θέλετε να γαμίσετε τον κόσμο? Πάρτε το Trailblazing τρενάκι και πάμε βόλτα. Το Astral Express και καλησπέρα σας. Lore-wise, η Black Swan δεν είναι εδώ πέρα για να μου δώσει κρυστάλλους, είναι εδώ πέρα γιατί είναι να πάμε στο Amorphous, πώς λέγεται. Τώρα, ναι, εμείς κυκλοφορούμε με ένα Stellar 24/7, 24/8. Γεια σου, Νεκταρία. Εντάξει, η Yun Li, ο Jin Yuan και ο Τζεπάρτ είναι η άσχετη της υπόθεσης. Αλλά βάλε ένα κινούμενο Stellar, όπως είπε η Λένα. Συγγνώμη, έχεις δίκιο, Μάκη, το διάβασα λάθος. Δηλαδή, ακόμα και να κρατήσεις Black Swan, Sunday, Χίμεκο, Well. Καλά, βγάλει τη Χίμεκο. Και στη Χίμεκο. Ωραία. Well, Black Swan, εμείς και Sunday. Και μετά βάλει και ένα... Ταν Χιέγκ. Ξέχασα το όνομα. Αλλά τι φάση. Τι φάση. Τι κόβαλάμε. Κάμε το πουτάνα. Τι πράγματα είναι αυτά. Seriously, έτσι. Ακόμα και ο Ταν Χιέγκ συμφωνεί μαζί μου. Δηλαδή, θέλετε να καταστρέψετε ένα γαλαξία. Ωραία, σκοτώστε το Trailblazer, να ανατιναχτεί το Stellar, να γίνει της πουτάνας. Δεν σας αρέσει κάποιος και θέλετε να τσακωθείτε μαζί του? Στέλνετε τον Welt. Θα τον κομπανίσει με τη μαγκούρα να τον τραβήξει μια μαύρη τρύπα. Θέλετε να πολεμήσετε ένα final boss στην πραγματικότητα? Πάμε το Sunday. Εν τω μεταξύ έχουμε και March 7th, έχουμε και ημερομηνία και ημέρα Sunday. Έχουμε μήνα, ημέρα του μήνα και ημέρα της εβδομάδας. Φαντάζεστε να ήταν Κυριακή 7 Μαρτίου όταν έγινε ό,τι έγινε με τη March. Όχι, καλά σκάω. Και περιμένουμε και 5-star March. Το κομμάτι που ο Νταν πλάκωσε ένα στο ξύλο και του έσπασε 3 δόντια. Πότε ήταν αυτό? Τι έχω χάσει? Anyway, μέχρι να απαντήσει η Λένα, YouTube σας αφήνουμε εδώ πέρα. Τελειώσαμε κι άλλο ένα φιλεράκι από το Honkai Star Rail και τώρα περιμένουμε άλλες 30 μέρες για να μας έρθει η ιστορία. Γρήγορα πέρασε αυτό. Πανακίτσα μου, πώς έγινε? Καλή συνέχεια. Γεια σου.